What the fuck have I done? A monster, I'm building too many of these fucking, oh my fuck. Oh, I should probably stop saying F. Sorry. Oh yeah. How do I start? Well, should I start by saying all the names of these ships? You probably know this ship from Rogue One or Star Wars Rebels. It's the Hammerhead class cruiser or corvette. They were pretty strong shielded from here, and if you remember in Rogue One, it just crashed into a Star Destroyer and took both of them. So yeah, they are powerful head-to-head combat, but I'm not sure about them with their weapons. Here you have a Nebulon B frigate. I'm not sure about the design I made about it, but it was pretty hard to make actually a Nebulon B frigate. So yeah, I didn't have more. I just didn't want to put more detail. Yeah, you probably know this ship from Star Wars Empire at War, the video game, or Star Wars Rebels. It was shown both. This ship is actually known as Imbolizer Star Destroyer, and it was actually more of a corvette or a cruiser. I'm more thinking it's a cruiser. It had like these four gravity well generators, and well, it was well designed, but it didn't have as many weapon systems. It just had 8 turbo lasers, I guess, or laser cannons. 8. I think it could deflect missiles and could prevent enemies from going through hyperspeed. So yeah, this is one of my favorites. Here is a custom made I just made by myself. I don't even know what it is. You probably think it's like the sea thing that Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan Kenobi went in when they were diving in the seas of Naboo. Actually, it's not. It's actually supposed to be a corvette. I don't know what I could call it, but it is about like 5 laser cannons, 2 concussion missiles, and about 6. Yeah, 6 turbo lasers. And here are like 2 powerful ion cannons. It didn't have as good shields, but it had good armor. Don't know the name. Here... Oh, whoa, shit. Sorry. Here is the well-known Star Destroyer. Everyone knew it from the first movie, New Hope, and through a lot of movies. Yeah, it was the best Empire ship. Well, not best, but it was best well known. It had, yeah, you can see the engines. Wait, shit, what the fuck? Yeah, and they had like 2 shield generators. About like, I'm thinking it's more of like the Star Destroyer version 2, in like after the Death Star's destruction, the first Death Stars. It had a lot of turbo lasers and not as many laser cannons. It was more thinking about heavy arm and like after, so they would be better. Here is a... I know that I made this myself. It's actually fan-made. It's a Mon Calamari... I know, it's a Mon Calamari Dreadnought. It was actually, no, Juggernaut. Dreadnought, yeah, Juggernaut. It was supposed to be put into battle, about like 3 of them into battle if they were trying to take such as Super Star Destroyers, Dreadnoughts, and heavy targets. They had good armor, good shields, and a lot of ion cannons and turbo lasers. It was really good, not good, but it was cost really much. It was hard to build, and well, yeah, it was strong. Here is a Republic What was it again? Oh yeah, the Republic. What was it? Was it the Republic? Oh yeah, the Republic Rebel Fighter. Yeah, it is a weird name, but it is this. This is just fan made still. There were some clones after the Clone Wars, after Order 66, that joined the rebellion and used a customized Venator. They called it the Republic Rebel Fighter because they fought in the Republic and the Rebellion. They are still alive in the Resistance, but yeah, it's fan-made, so it won't be shown in the movies. Here is one of my favorites. This is the Shade. The Shade was basically a giant cloaking ship. It was one of its kind, and it was the flagship of the Shadow Trooper leader, like the best of the Shadow Trooper. It was a commander, and this is still fan made. It was best known that it would, let me just show you, that it would come through hyperspeed. It could cloak in mid-hyperspeed. It was so special. So everyone would think in the ship was just like, oh, it's probably nothing. So it would get behind sensors, turn around, turn through cloak, and destroy an entire fleet. Or well, most of the fleet, but sometimes it actually takes the entire fleets. So it doesn't need reinforcements. Here is an Imperial Defender, still fan-made. The Imperial Defenders were mostly like, they didn't have good speed, but a lot of firepower. They were just put in there by other they were actually put from the planet. Well, actually, they do go through hyperspeed, and they have engines, but, you know, they don't go fast. They have a lot of weapons, and they mostly put on weapons. Their shields are good, but armor, not really good. Here is one actually, this is not my favorite, but it is one of them. This is the Melee Combat. Another one of, remember this ship? Yeah? This ship was actually one of their clan. And, well, it was actually a bigger and stronger ship, and yeah, you can see that. It was specially known if it would crash into another giant ship, and especially from a Super Star Destroyer or something, and if it would happen, it would do some sort of, wait, what was it? Ion pulse that would disable all systems, and when that happens, they would take down everything and destroy it. It was best known to actually take down many fleets, and it had a lot of firepower. Shield breakers, actually. Wait, they were actually put shield breakers on this and this. Shield breakers were actually really fairly good guns. Yeah, they were actually fan-made. I'll show you later. There's actually two versions of them. Here is, well, the first, this is the final laser. From, actually, a First Order final laser. It was literally just a First Order Star Destroyer, but much bigger and much firepower than the normal standard Imperial Destroyer. It had a lot of firepower and was first shown in the Force Awakens. This here is, remember, if you saw it when it came out of Moon, and it looked like Kylo Ren's lightsaber. I actually knew that every single finalizer had this. So, I like that and just put it in there. It's maybe like a little wobbly, but yeah, it's good. And it had a little, like gap in here, so yeah, fighters couldn't go in their battle. But yeah, and the engine's cool, and I like actually how I made the bridge and everything else. Here is another of my favorites. It is the Executor Imperial Star Destroyer. Super Star Destroyer, actually. It was the first one of its kind, and it was really massive until, you know, I have all the other ships. It had good engines, but slow. It had great armor, good shields, but could die, and we remember that the Executor actually crash-landed into the Death Star 2, and yeah, you know. Actually, the Executor was Darth Vader's flagship, also with the other Star Destroyer thingy, and The Executor was actually fairly good, but did get destroyed. Here is my favorite. The First Order class Dreadnought. We saw this ship in, spoilers, if you haven't seen The Last Jedi, that will be weird. It was first shown in The Last Jedi and actually was pretty big. But everyone knows it sucked, not really sucked, because it destroyed the rebel base and could have destroyed the whole thing, the whole rebel, the cruise, the other giant, Mon Calamari ship. It was actually known really much because I remember it's just the biggest of all of, biggest bridge of all, I guess. And it had like special, whoa, I almost fell there and it will be sad. It had giant cannons on the other end, and it was actually so powerful it could actually take down a normal cruiser, actually another finalizer, or any of these ships in about 5 shots. It was very durable, shields good, but it did have a weak spot here, if you remember, in The Last Jedi, and it got destroyed, but it did destroy the rebels' base. Here is another fan-made ship. It's the First Order Shade. Yeah, you remember the Shade? This is the First Order version. The First Order got into a little troubles because the crew on the Shade actually stopped with the Empire and did their own rebellion and actually joined the Resistance, and but it didn't really make a lot of contact with the Resistance. So they wanted to use their own method, and the Shade. The Shade, the Imperial Shade, or now the Rebel Shade, actually took a lot of their finalizers and some dreadnoughts. It was completely unstoppable. So they tried to use fire against fire and made a Super Star Destroyer a Super Star Destroyer that was called the Shade 2.0 and had a cloaking beacon, but fairly bigger and with much more firepower, much stronger, much more durable. I like this because how I made the engines, also and the color. And it was most notably because, if the bridge gets destroyed of any of these, then they will be pretty vulnerable. If with no bridge, no much connection or something. But this had about, 7 bridges. That's probably weird and probably unnatural, but I just want to put that in. So, yes, it was a really, really big ship, really durable, and really good. So, we're done with the ships. Go back there. Think about what you did. And here are the turrets I made. I have just recently made them. And so I'm gonna put the first one I made to this last one I built. The first one I built was called, just a normal laser cannon, or actually a turbo laser. It was mostly put on, it was put on this ship. Actually almost every single fan-made ship except for this one. Just all of these. So this ship, this turbo laser was specially used for these. Except for this one. Remember what I said that these guys were actually together? Well, these two weren't actually in the same resistance. Special forces, actually. And so these cannons were always used on these, and were actually free with them. They were powerful, but could get destroyed by a fighter. It was not good against fighters, but was most likely to use against vehicles and cruisers and stuff, and corvettes. And next we have a laser cannon. It's smaller and and little smaller barrels. You know what laser cannons are? They just take down starfighters. I just want to make this because I love it. And look, it looks like a face. It looks like Wally. And they were actually putting a lot of corvettes. They put some on cruisers and Star Destroyers and stuff. Here is what I made. It's actually just a Turbo Laser Defense Cannon on Kashyyyk. It's still fan-made. All these are fan-made. Well, there are still Turbo Laser stuff in the real made, but I made this because it just, when I played Star Wars Battlefront 2, the old game, I remembered there were like some sort of cannons there that I used most of the time to take down like their armor, and I love to do that. So this is just how I like to look like. It would be bigger, far better, and it would get more. And I put like brown stuff because, you know, wood and, yeah, Kashyyyk stuff. And it could actually put in like 5 Wookiees, actually like 6. It was actually a pretty large one. Actually, there were about like half of the tree sizes of the trees on Kashyyyk. That's pretty weird, but yeah, I just wanted to put them. And my last one, the turrets, is this. Remember when I talked about the shield breakers? This is a shield breaker. It's mostly dark colored because it was first supposed to be for this ship, but then it was put on other ships. It was fair. It was actually really good and took almost 2 shots could take shields on any kind of ship. It was strong and it could actually disable ships. Actually, they could. If they could take starfighters, it was actually powerful enough to disable them. And corvettes, yeah, disabled them too. Transport ships, anything, they could disable it. But other bigger ships like cruisers, frigates, and bigger ships, it just could take it down with 3 or 2 shots. Took down the shields. They were fairly rare because how powerful they were, and they're actually used after some time for the First Order. Just fan-made. I just liked thinking these things were actually behind. No, actually, because, you know, doesn't this look? But this is actually not the size of it. It's actually not smaller. But you actually think, oh no, we don't see the fucking cannons on it, because that will be weird. So they are actually really smaller, but I just didn't want to make like a teeny tiny one, so I just made this and this. This is actually really big in real life, but not really in Lego. The final thing I'm gonna show you is a TIE Super Tank. The TIE Super Tank were actually really good. They were still fan-made. If you played Star Wars Forces of Corruption or, yeah, Empire at War, you could have seen the TIE Maulers, and sometime you could see the TIE Tank. Oh shit. The TIE Tank was not really good, and pretty fast, but not really good. And the TIE Mauler. But this, it still doesn't have good view, but wait a second. Oh, what the fuck. It didn't have the best view of any vehicle, but, you know, it's still a good vehicle and had a good armor. So it was actually a remodel of the TIE Tank. It had better blasters, and of course a turbo laser on the back, so it could take down the others that were behind it. It's actually fairly fast and could outrun a speeder bike. Yeah, that's probably a word for a heavy weapon, but it could take about three soldiers at once. It's still fan-made, so I'm not sure what you expect by fan-made stuff. Anything that's fan-made, sorry if it's dark, but sorry, if it's fan-made, you know, it could be fucking OP, like thinking about Undertale and shit. Fan-made stuff can be weird, like shipping and stuff. The specialized training people that draw all of these were actually fairly good. ATST, okay, fuck it. ATST and ATAT and TIE Fighter tanks. Why did I forget that? But TIE Fighter and TIE Tank. So yeah, that's all that I created. Fucking hell, it's almost 20 minutes from this video. Oh well. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll probably see you next time. Bye. Wait, this is not done? No? It's not done? What do you mean? Oh, I forgot to do that. Alright, just waiting to get my fucking mask. I'm still not done. Oh, well, hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe and comment if you want what you think. And yeah. Well, my YouTube channel isn't really going well because I don't really got a lot of subscribers. So just, you know, other YouTubers. I'm not going to name any names because that would be weird. Well, goodbye and stay maximum and wear a nice mask. Bye!